Coastwatch is a group of volunteer people who take over and man the Coast Guard stations that were closed some little while ago. And because coastal activities have changed so much over the years, most of it now is leisure activity, as when the Coast Guard was first set up. Of course, it was commercial activity. So we're looking for people that are in small boats, even swimming or kayaking or climbing the rocks and the cliffs. And we will watch them and make sure that they stay as safe as possible. If something goes wrong and they're getting into trouble, the boat's sinking, or they're in danger, or they've fallen off the rock, then we identify just where they are. We spot, we plot, and we report. We spot people that are in trouble, we plot where they are on the chart, and then we report to the Coast Guard, who launches a lifeboat or a helicopter. This particular station, it was a station here, and we have a number of people who very often walk in and say, "Oh, I used to be a Coast Watch officer here with the Coast Guard." And when things changed, coastal activities changed, and technology came in with radar and radios and everything else, this one closed down. It's on the edge of the golf course, and it was used just to store golf equipment up until about 9 years ago, when we were looking around North Wales to identify where the risks were at sea. And this became an ideal spot. A lot of activity, a lot of fishermen going out regularly, and then in the summer an awful lot of coastal leisure activity going on. So we raised the money, and the builders came in and they restored it to as it is now from what it had been, which was almost ruined. The windows were bricked up, and it was just a shed on the end of the golf course. That was about 9 years ago, and then we started to recruit, train people, and we opened the station. And it's been open then almost every day since then, manned purely by local trained volunteers. And the Coast Guard closed most of the stations because they were going to rely on technology. Technology is fine, but you can't beat human eyesight. Human eyesight and experience of what's happening out there. So we use technology, we use the radios, we listen to the radios, we monitor Channel 16, listening for Mayday calls. We will use that technology to contact the Coast Guard, who will then start the technology working and have the lifeboat or helicopter launched. But mainly it's experience and people, human eyesight.
I'm retired now. Used to have my own boat, and then with a bit of time on my hands, I heard about the volunteering going on here, and I thought, well, why not join them and try and help somebody if they are out there in trouble. Hopefully we won't see anybody, but yeah. So apart from that, it's meeting other people, especially the watchkeepers, and they're teaching me here, put me on the straight and narrow, and hopefully in another month's time I will pass my trainee and I'll be able to take watch off on my own here.
We need the people who are prepared to put the time and effort in, as Clegwyn is joining us and will be up here doing it. Without them, we couldn't do the job at all. And without volunteers shaking the tin occasionally, as we were doing over the bank holiday, we wouldn't be able to buy the equipment. So the equipment, although not costing anything like a lifeboat, our NLI obviously need a lot more than we do. We do need money to be donated. The main thing that we're doing is trying to make sure people are safe rather than enjoy the view. Last year we had a major rescue with two people 2 or 3 miles away from the station on a boat with a mast broke, and they were in trouble. So that's what we're really doing. But while we're not seeing that, then we'll often see a pod of dolphins coming past the station, and watch and enjoy them doing that. Our main activity will be to log the activities that are possibly dangerous on that. But we also have a logbook where we log wildlife. And I'm not very good at that, but there are volunteers who are good at it, and they will log what they see and report different sightings of different animals. But it's worth being here. The view itself is probably the best view in the country. Professionally, that's technology.